Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Immutable X IMX. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can go down below, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, if you can tap the like button too, I'd really appreciate it. Immutable X. It's been a minute since I've covered this one, but I looked at my portfolio because I do have a decent amount and noticed I was happy. So, thought I'd take a peek. I don't remember quite exactly where I covered this. I'm going to assume it was right around the breakout time. I think, because it was a while ago. I'm on the weekly time frame right now. It makes sense that it was about 4 weeks ago. Right when Immutable X was breaking out from this long time resistance here. Yeah, we've come a long ways even since then. So even if I made my video at the top of this, we've even come quite a bit further from there. So we'll just, doesn't matter. Let's just get into the price action for right now. So right now, the weekly time frame is looking fantastic. We broke above the 50 on the RSI here. We've also broke above the 0 line on the Cypher B trend directional down here. And I put a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom. This top right here, this local high around the $1.27 area, and brought it down. And it was kind of playing it nicely here. So we hit the 382, and the weekly stopped there this week anyways. We broke above it. And then we came up with this candle here, and we hit the 0.5 Fibonacci, and then we broke above that, and now we are breaking above the 618, which is fantastic. Then once this all plays out, and we can get above that 786, and preferably above this high over here that sits at that $1.20, let's just say $1.30 area, and then I'll move my Fibonacci up to the next high over here. And we'll just keep moving it up and see what happens. Right now, we are looking fantastic on the weekly time frame. One thing that is kind of interesting for me, though, is I just don't see any volume down here whatsoever on the weekly time frame. So I don't know about that. Now, it does say 1.97 million in volume, which is fairly weak. Yeah, considering we had all this volume back here, not really sure what's going on with that, but price is going up, so that's all that really matters right now. We are getting above that 618, but I do want to drop down to the daily here, and because there is something of concern that I am seeing on the daily. So we're breaking above that 618. As you can see, we hit it right here on this day, then we broke above it yesterday, and now we're forming this red candle here. Which also lined up perfectly with the 200 EMA on the daily time frame. But we are forming a bearish divergence here on the RSI. So we've got the lower highs coming in on the RSI and the much higher highs coming in on the price action. So just be cautious about that. We could still go higher, but and also on the market cipher here, the trend directional, it looks like we're about to roll over again. And so I'm actually kind of thinking my thought process for the daily, so for the kind of longer term, is maybe we play sideways here for a little bit. Definitely, I do think we're going to come down and retest this 618 and also retest the 200 here. Now, what does concern me for the, I guess, shorter to longer term, not like in the long term, because I think we're going up higher. But the weekly, I'm kind of wondering if we're going to close the body of this weekly candle below the 618. There's only 2 days and 17 hours left on this candle here. And I'm wondering if we're going to get a big wick on the top and close the body below down here. So we'll just have to wait and see, but that's kind of what I'm possibly thinking might happen just based off the daily time frame here. Because if we do come down and we drop this daily candle, and maybe the next daily candle falls below the 618 here and the 200 EMA, then that weekly candle could close below the 618. So just pay attention to that. I do think that we either have some sideways action or some downside coming. Let's go down a little bit lower. So on the 12-hour time frame, The Elliott wave indicator that I've been just kind of messing around with is saying that the third wave is being put in, and possibly a fourth wave to the downside is likely. Let's do a little extension here from the fibs, from the bottom of the first wave to the top of the first wave, and then down to the second wave here. And as you can see, we're getting rejected perfectly off the 1272, and that's kind of my spot. Now if this is a stronger move, this could go up to the 1618, which is where a third wave should technically go, in my opinion. But also we've got some bearish divergence coming in, but yeah, we still have bearish divergence coming in over here. So we've got this higher high and a lower high forming on here, but then we got a higher high, a lower high forming down on the RSI and a higher high forming on the price action. So we got bearish divergence on the 12-hour as well. It looks like we're about to print a red dot on the cipher down here, and we're fairly high on the cipher as well on the wave. And so that kind of looks like it's going to roll over as well. I mean, it's just, everything is pointing out just kind of at least to come back down to the 618 fib here, which is around the 80-cent level. So whether we just get a wick down there or we just go sideways for a few days or so, I do believe that we're going to come down and retest that level in the shorter term. So now let's go even shorter here to the 4-hour time frame. And this is pointing out that we have actually completed a 5-wave on the 4-hour time frame. And it looks like an ABC is what it's saying could come next. Now let's kind of see if this really might have played out here. So let's grab our fib extension from the bottom of the first to the top of the first, and then the bottom of the 4 here. And again, we came up to the 1272 here. We tapped that, and it looks like we're rolling over at that point right there. I do want to do a percentage move from the wave 1. So the wave 1 percentage was a 50% move. And so this wave 5 percentage is a 41% move. That's good enough for me to say that that could be complete. Usually the wave 1 and wave 5 are about the same percentage move. The wave 3, though, seems kind of short. So let's just see what that was looking at. That's a 38% move. So, I mean, this is just indicator, Elliott wave. It's not 100% accurate. It's just kind of something that I've been testing out lately and just seeing how it works. And so, this technically, in my opinion, doesn't look very good as a 5-wave. I mean, I would actually probably say that wave 1 is where the third wave is. So from down here to here would be wave 1. This is wave 2. And possibly we're forming a wave 3 right now, which would be bringing us a lot higher. And we're just getting some kind of a slight correction here, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me turn that off anyways. It doesn't matter. I want to do my higher high here so we can take a look and see where we've been going. So we've been creating higher highs, higher lows, except for right here. We did have a lower high sort of come in. I mean, I guess you can just count that as 1 as well. And let's go from the low here to the top. And so I'd be looking at definitely coming down to the 618 here around the 80 cents. But also, I'd also be looking at maybe the 0.5 where we can see some support. So we do have some support here at the 0.5 where we had hit right here. We didn't reach it here, but then we hit right here and got a major wick pushed back down at that area as well. So that's sitting at the roughly the 75-cent area. So I'd be looking at that as well for a retracement in the shorter term. And on the 4-hour, I kind of think this looks like it's rolling over. So it does look like we're coming down. Whether we come down to the 80 cents or the 75 cents or possibly even further. If we do go further, pay attention to this 200 EMA here on the 4-hour time frame, which currently we're sitting at 59.60 level. But by the time this thing rolls down to that, let me just kind of estimate here. We might be sitting maybe around the 67 to 70 cent level by the time the price actually reaches that 200 EMA there. So just pay attention to that as well. So that's pretty much it for Immutable X. Maybe I'll do a video at some point to give you price targets that I have for Immutable X. I mean, I do think that Immutable X has a very good chance to reach its previous all-time high at around $9.30. during this cycle. I think there's a very good chance that it does that and possibly even goes higher. And right now, just the price action, I mean, it just blasted out of there, looking fantastic. But in the shorter term, maybe, you know, over the weekend or something like that, we might see a pullback down to, you know, specific areas around the 70 to 80 cent area like that. But pay attention to that. Otherwise, if you want to buy that pullback, wait till you think the pullback is over, get in right there. And I do think that this has got some massive potential to go higher. That's pretty much all I got from Immutable X. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.